error at Ferrari, Mercedes hit with a fine, and Max Verstappen's shot at the world title at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Let's talk all about it now. Charles Leclerc claimed that Ferrari made a strategy mistake, and he says it was his fault. Take a look at what he's saying. Leclerc, in the end, didn't have a race to forget, but it wasn't memorable either. He took responsibility for a setup issue that made driving extremely difficult, especially on a wet track. Leclerc also mentioned that the early pit stop strategy didn't work as planned, which cost him positions. In fact, he pitted way earlier than anyone expected. Ferrari still managed to limit some of the damage in the Constructors' Championship, and Leclerc is optimistic about Las Vegas and Abu Dhabi but sees Qatar as a bit of a wildcard, where they might have some challenges. So he's already looking ahead, basing it on the car they currently have. Ferrari came to Brazil with high hopes, maybe even to win. They were one of the favorites, but it didn't end up being a great race. Sainz crashed, Leclerc didn't do so well. So you see, Ferrari minimized the damage, just like McLaren, and the big name was Max Verstappen, who, interestingly, was starting from the back. So, Ferrari fans, are you happy? Let me know in the comments. Mercedes got slapped with a €5,000 fine for bending the F1 rules by adjusting the tire pressures of Russell and Hamilton during that aborted start phase. The start was called off due to Lance Stroll, and when that happens, everyone goes in, messes with the cars again. But tire pressure changes weren't allowed, and Mercedes went ahead and did it. A fine like that is nothing for them. It was €5,000 per driver, but seriously, what is €5,000 to a team like Mercedes? If that's how it goes, teams will start doing it all the time, adjusting tire pressure even in park firm. It makes these fines from the FIA look weak. They don't actually stop other teams from doing the same thing in the future. So to me, that was too easy on Mercedes. But let's see how it plays out. If it's €5,000, then let's see. Now, let's talk about the title race, the main topic here. We know that after the Brazil results, Max Verstappen is now just one step away from securing his 4th championship. He could clinch it at the next race in Las Vegas. So, here's the scenario. For Verstappen to win, basically, he just has to finish ahead of Norris, or Norris can't score more than 3 points over him. So, if Verstappen wins and Norris comes second, the championship is over. If Verstappen comes second and Norris third, and neither gets the fastest lap, it's over. If Norris finishes second and Verstappen third but takes the fastest lap, it's over because Norris would have only cut 2 points, not 3. So you see, this isn't looking great for Lando Norris. Most likely, the championship will end in Las Vegas, and if not there, then in Qatar. So we basically have our 2024 champion, right when Lando Norris had his best chance to close the gap with Verstappen. We've already done 2 videos on Verstappen's performance, so if you haven't seen them, go check those out. But of course, I've also got some data to share with you because I love the stats. You know I like to break down race data. So starting with top speed, Carlos Sainz was the fastest, hitting 323 in the rain, while the slowest was Zhou at 305. Sauber, as always, at the back, worse in every category, as we can see here. On this chart, we see race pace in a head-to-head comparison. So, for instance, Verstappen was super close to Russell in overall race pace, just under 1/100th of a second faster, while, compared to Lando Norris, he was 0.2 faster on average, which is pretty significant. He was 0.3 faster than Ocon, half a second faster than Gasly, 0.7 faster than Tsunoda and Leclerc. Yeah, Tsunoda and Leclerc running at the same pace. Stints evened it out a bit, as Leclerc had stints where he was way quicker, but later couldn't keep up. Piastri was 0.9 behind Verstappen, and after Lawson, there are guys who are a second slower than Verstappen. Even Hamilton took a 1.44, Perez 1.47, which is wild for teammates in the same car. Alonso trailed by 1.58, while Sainz had a huge 3.39, but Sainz has that DNF asterisk next to his name. If we compare with Zhou or Bottas, Sauber's were 2 seconds slower per lap on average. Of course, it's an average. The different moments in the race impact that. So those are some massive gaps. Max Verstappen put on an insane show in Brazil, and the numbers back it up, being faster than rivals who started in front of him, even dealing with traffic early in the race. Verstappen absolutely took off once he passed Ocon, with 17 fastest laps in the whole race. He was really in attack mode, pulling off exactly what Zach Brown asked for, with a world champion-worthy drive. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, so you don't miss anything here on my channel. Big hug, thanks, and see you later.